It's not every day that a tech titan like Eric Schmidt, former CEO and chairman of Google, steps on stage and declares that we're underestimating artificial intelligence. In a world that's seemingly obsessed with AI, from ChatGPT to autonomous vehicles to deepfake tech, how could this revolution possibly be underhyped? That's the precise contradiction Schmidt confronts in his TED Talk. The AI revolution is underhyped. And by the time he's done speaking, it's clear he might just be right.
In 2016, we didn't understand what was now going to happen, but we understood that these algorithms were new and powerful. What happened in this particular set of games was in roughly the second game, there was a new move invented by AI in a game that had been around for 2,500 years that no one had ever seen. Technically, the way this occurred was that the system of AlphaGo was essentially organized to always maintain a greater than 50% chance of winning. And so it calculated correctly this move, which was this great mystery among all of the Go players, who are obviously insanely brilliant, mathematical and intuitive players. The question that Henry, Craig Mundy, and I started to discuss, right, is what does this mean? How is it that our computers could come up with something that humans had never thought about? I mean, this is a game played by billions of people.
Let's walk through the core insights from Schmidt's game-changing talk and explore what they mean for you, your career, your business, and the world. Eric Schmidt begins not with ChatGPT, not with self-driving cars, but with AlphaGo. If you remember, AlphaGo was the AI developed by DeepMind that beat the world champion of Go, a game so complex it has more combinations than atoms in the universe. But this wasn't just a technical victory, it was a philosophical blow. AlphaGo didn't win by mimicking humans, it won by thinking differently. It made moves that had never been seen before, defying centuries of human strategy. For Schmidt, this was the moment AI moved from impressive to transformational. AlphaGo didn't just learn to play, it created new knowledge within the structure of the game. That was 2016. Since then, the progress has only accelerated, but public understanding hasn't kept pace. Despite AI being on every newsfeed, in every boardroom, and inside your phone's virtual assistant, Schmidt argues we're still underestimating it. Why? Because most people associate AI with tools like ChatGPT. Powerful, yes, but limited to conversation. In reality, the deepest advances are happening behind the scenes, in areas like reinforcement learning, where AI agents learn through trial and error in simulated environments, and in strategic planning systems that can design supply chains, control robots, and optimize global logistics at speeds no human team can match. The potential for these systems to reshape industries from manufacturing to defense is enormous. Yet the average person isn't thinking about any of this. They're asking ChatGPT to write poems or emails. That, Schmidt insists, is missing the bigger picture. Schmidt then dives into one of the most overlooked problems of the AI boom: energy consumption. We tend to think of AI as digital and ethereal, floating around in the cloud. But behind every AI model is a monstrous data center, thousands of GPUs running 24/7, consuming more power than small cities. To put it in perspective, Schmidt estimates that the US would need 90 more gigawatts of power, the equivalent of 90 nuclear power plants, just to keep up with projected AI growth. That's staggering. It raises serious questions. Where will this energy come from? Will it be clean? And who controls it? If we don't plan for this now, the energy needs of AI could either drive a massive wave of renewable investment or deepen our dependence on fossil fuels. Either way, the clock is ticking. AI can learn, but can it truly innovate? Another point Schmidt explores is the current limits of AI creativity. Yes, AI can produce endless combinations of existing ideas. It can write stories, compose music, or even help design products. But when it comes to truly original thought, AI still lags behind. Schmidt acknowledges that innovation, radical, paradigm-shifting invention, remains a uniquely human trait. AI is excellent at extrapolation, but poor at inspiration. It can remix data, it can simulate options, but it can't yet imagine something from nothing. Still, Schmidt warns, don't get too comfortable with that assumption. The line between simulation and innovation is already blurring. As these systems evolve, we may need to redefine what counts as original. And when that happens, the implications for science, art, and even philosophy could be profound. At around the 7-minute mark, the talk takes a sobering turn. Schmidt addresses a critical issue: autonomous AI systems, especially in military and surveillance applications.
So proof of personhood is a hot topic. Moderating these systems at scale is a hot topic. How do you view that trade-off, right? Like in trying to prevent dystopia, let's say preventing non-state actors from using these models in undesirable ways, we might accidentally end up building the ultimate surveillance state.
It's really important that we stick to the values that we have in our society. I am very, very committed to individual freedom. It's very easy for a well-intentioned engineer to build a system which is optimized and restricts your freedom.
He references respected AI pioneer Yoshua Bengio, who has warned against developing machines that can make life or death decisions without human input. Schmidt doesn't sugarcoat it. He agrees that this is dangerous territory, and that the risks of unintended consequences are very real. If an AI misinterprets data or is given poorly defined goals, the outcome could be catastrophic. Imagine an autonomous drone that mistakes a rescue vehicle for a threat, or an AI trader that crashes financial markets in seconds. This isn't science fiction. It's a real possibility if we don't embed strict oversight, robust guardrails, and ethical frameworks into these systems from the ground up. AI isn't just a tool, it's a platform for power. Schmidt reminds us that AI is a dual-use technology, meaning it can be used for civilian and military applications alike. The same algorithm that helps route ambulances in a city could also be used to coordinate airstrikes. This duality means that governments, companies, and developers have an enormous responsibility. It's not enough to just build powerful tools. We need to build responsibly, with human oversight, transparency, and international cooperation. Schmidt makes it clear, humans must remain in control, especially in military contexts. This raises complex questions about international law, cyber warfare, and digital arms races. But the core message is simple. With great power comes great responsibility. And AI is now one of the greatest powers on Earth. By now, the talk has gone far beyond tech. Schmidt pivots to global politics, specifically the escalating AI race between the US and China. While America is leading in foundational models and private innovation, Schmidt warns that China's open source strategy, vast data access, and centralized planning could give it a major edge. He argues that if the US doesn't coordinate its resources between private companies, government agencies, and academic institutions, it could fall behind. And in an AI-driven world, falling behind doesn't just mean slower apps. It means economic instability, national security risks, and global power shifts. AI isn't just the future of technology, it's the future of international dominance. Schmidt's message is loud and clear. The stakes couldn't be higher. What about the rest of us? What happens to work, creativity, and human purpose when AI can outperform us in so many areas? Schmidt offers a nuanced perspective. Yes, many jobs will be automated, but humans aren't going away. Instead, our roles will evolve. We'll focus more on complex decision-making, empathy-driven fields, creative design, and systems oversight. He encourages workers and companies alike to lean in, not lean back. The people who thrive in the AI era will be those who partner with AI, not compete against it. That means learning how to use these tools, understanding their limits, and constantly upgrading our skills. In essence, Schmidt paints a future where humans and machines collaborate rather than clash. But that collaboration won't happen by accident. It takes effort, investment, and a willingness to adapt. In the final stretch of the talk, Schmidt turns motivational. He urges individuals, businesses, and governments to treat AI like a marathon, not a sprint. This isn't about one breakthrough or one product launch. It's about continuous learning, iterative progress, and sustained investment. He urges organizations to invest in AI literacy, build cross-disciplinary teams, and stay ahead of regulatory changes. And he tells individuals, don't wait for AI to settle down. It won't. The pace is only going to increase. The people and companies who embrace that chaos, who learn to ride the wave rather than run from it, will come out on top. So what's the real takeaway from Eric Schmidt's talk? It's that we're living through a revolution we barely understand. The tools we're playing with are powerful enough to reshape industries, disrupt governments, and redefine what it means to be human. But we're still seeing them as novelties, toys, or vague threats. Schmidt challenges us to wake up, to see the full scale of what's coming, and to engage with it proactively. That means learning, experimenting, and above all, thinking long-term. AI isn't the future, it's the present, accelerating faster than any wave of innovation before it. The real question is, are you ready? Are you preparing yourself, your business, your skills for a world where intelligence is no longer uniquely human? If this breakdown helped open your eyes to what Eric Schmidt calls the most underhyped revolution of our time, then don't stop here. Hit that like button, Subscribe to WebSpark for more deep dive insights, and most importantly, take action. And if you want to go further and turn AI knowledge into real marketing power, head over to Judyf Marketing. It's your gateway to the strategies and tools that will keep you relevant in the age of intelligent machines. So what do you think? Is Eric Schmidt right? Is the AI revolution still underhyped? Drop your thoughts below. We're just getting started.